I think if we think about the data first, I'd like to look at the data from a migration perspective. So I think a lot of customers or individuals who are migrating, companies that are migrating to new systems, don't take advantage of the opportunity to cleanse their data and prepare their data. So we know you have to prepare your data if you're transitioning from one system to another. I think the missed opportunity is the cleaning that data. So getting rid of any old legacy, one-time vendors as an example, maybe standardizing the data sets so you've got multiple data entry people over the course of 10 years who you've got use various versions of addresses or province abbreviations, etc. So really it's an opportunity, phone numbers, that's a good example. So really it's an opportunity to go and say, you know what, we're going to get rid of all that old data that we no longer look at, and we're going to clean it up so it's all nice and standardized, which presents really well in uniform when you look at the document format side of Business Central when you're sending out your invoices, customer statements, etc. I think for Business Central, from what I've seen, it actually empowers the users to make it easier, provided they do the upfront work in terms of the data prep and the data cleansing, that opportunity I just spoke about. There are a lot of tools in Business Central that allow you to easily bring in data en masse. You can use configuration packages. You can use the edit in Excel feature if you're traditional like me. So I would say, if we look at the cloud, there's a lot of routines that are already in place, API wise, that you can transfer data through. I would say, yeah, make sure your system has those capabilities in it that you're choosing. And by choosing Business Central, you will have those built-in tools, which makes things easier when you go to migrate. I think data mapping is a challenge. So a lot of people are traditional or used to their existing system, so that not aware of how that data, say fields, columns, the overall attributes, the data sets, the data structure, not clear on how that transitions over to the new system. So in this case, we're talking Business Central. So I think being proactive and ensuring that your user base has an opportunity to understand, work with the consultant, the implementation consultant, to understand the structure of Business Central, which gives them context when they go and look at their own data and they're populating import templates, gives them context on how that data is going to transition, why they should not touch things and move things around. I think as well as stakeholders, really affording your users time to focus on prepping data, on the migration activities themselves is key for success. I think a lot of users or end users don't have the luxury to dedicate time to that pre-preparation, to focus on that pre-work before and during the migration process. So I think that's a key one as well.